So I am now a man who needs no introduction and gets none. Okay. So I'm celebrating Dramathemes #4. I wrote the first one in 1988, and it became more Dramathemes than the new Dramathemes. And in the spring of 2000 and just passed, Mary called me. She says, "Larry, you have to revise it again." He says, "Oh, Mary, I don't have one more idea in me," because I had just finished creating Carrying Classrooms. But lo and behold, I looked at some sources that I've been using recently, and I was able to come up with Dramathemes #4. And if you take the time to read the preface, that was worked on very hard. I finish it off by saying, "May the fourth be with you." May the fourth be with you. So some new sources. I was able to choose some favorite things that I've used in the past, and we're going to do some drama. I did a drama work, teaching a drama course, and I went to visit them last week. Do we have to do anything? Oh my God. Well, we're going to do something. So has everybody got a partner? Who doesn't have a partner? Who doesn't have a partner? Is there one group of three? Kathy, could you play with my friend for a moment? Sure. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're going to look at the bookmark first. This is called Drama in a Bookmark. It's not just to promote my book. Here we go. Decide who's A, decide who's B. Go. Okay. So this is the interactive part. We're going to be doing lots of talking. So I'm going to have you stay seated for now. But we might get up, okay? So A's, you are going to start. We're going to look at this bookmark, and we are going to have a little conversation. I will assign the topic that's called Ways to Start a Conversation, but this time it is in role. And we're going to have a little conversation, and I'm going to pick on Kathy. Are you all right? You're responding.
Okay.
I saw by the expression, when you look sad, your eyes show it, and your head was hanging low. What's going on?
I'm having a tough time.
Do you want to talk about it or not?
Larry.
No. An improvisation rule, you accept. Thanks, Kathy. And so I would just, but we're only going to do it for 30 seconds. So A, you are going to begin. You're going to have a conversation, and we're going to start with A, you are going to start with that first green one, are you all right? B's are going to respond, okay? And it's only 30 seconds. How are you going to respond? And can you commit yourself to 30 seconds of conversation? Give it a try, see how it goes. Go. Are you all right? Go. Start. Here we go. 30 seconds. Okay. Thank you. So I'm thrilled as a teacher. They did it. And there was speaking and listening, so I got some data here from my report card. Now, I might not know what you were talking about. You might have been talking about the bagels you had this morning. You might have been talking about Joey's session. But this invites the kids to take on a role, and in only 30 seconds, you are imagining you are working as if. So the teachers, because I'm doing my report cards to see if they're doing it, and one of the things is getting that partner, finding out who they're going to work with. Because sometimes they don't contribute because of the person that they're speaking with. So all kinds of social interactions, which is very important as well. So we're going to have B's start. And B's, I'm going to give you, and it's going to be the same thing. B's, you're going to start the conversation, and it's only going to be 30 seconds. And B, you're going to start with the first red one. Do you think you can keep a secret? 30 seconds, go. Good work. You both did it. Now, here's the first thing your students are going to ask. Here's the first thing are we going to show it? Ours is really good, sir. And I said, no, we're not. The last thing I want to see is 30 conversations, but you want to build on it. When do the kids show and share and present in drama? I might get to that before we have our break today. So moving along, I'm going to have the A's start, and we're moving up to 45 seconds. You can handle it. Okay. And A's, you are beginning with the purple conversation, and B's, you're going to respond, and it's 45 seconds beginning now. Go. Okay. Thank you. If you are doing this with students, of course, this is drama at their desks. They can just share with a partner. For sure, at this point, I would have them stand and find a new partner. And the way that we do it in drama is either a double line and the line shifts, or a double circle, because you want to build that interaction. Obviously, I'm going to leave you with your partners now because you've built that rapport and comfort level. But for sure, I would have them find a new partner. So we're going to just try a couple of more here. We're going to have, I think the B's are going to start this time. And B's, I'm going to give you an attitude. You are getting angry, okay? Getting angry. You're pretty frustrated, and as you're having this conversation, and it'll only be a short time, but you are getting angry as the conversation begins. One bit of advice, don't start off angry. What do you mean you're doing? Because you have nowhere to go. But as the conversation unfolds, you are getting angry. And if we looked at our visual clues, how are you going to show anger? Through your voice, through your gesture, through your eyes. Boy, we're building on workshops here, connecting to each other. But how are you going to show that anger? And the recipient, I think it's the A's, calm, cool, collected. You've heard this all before. One piece of advice that I give to you, that I give to kids, particularly those grade 7s, no touching. You might want to beat the shit out of this person. Don't say that to the grade 7s. You might want to, because that's what kids do when they get angry. One of the things is they get physical. So no touching. Here we go. I forget who's beginning. And you've got an attitude. The other people have an attitude. And I think we'll do absolutely not. Go. Okay. We're going to do 2 more. Thank you. Who starts next? Who starts, A's or B's? A's are starting? Okay. B's are starting. No, so A's are going to start. Okay. So, just start. I'm going to do 2 more. The next one that we're going to do is, before you have the conversation, don't tell your partner. Are you going to be calm, cool, collected? You've heard it all before. Or are you going to be angry? Don't tell your partner. So what we might have is 2 angry people talking together. We might have 2 calm, cool, collected people. We might have angry talking to calm, cool, collected. Don't tell your partner, but decide on an attitude, okay? Keep that attitude in mind. I believe A's are going to begin. And we're going to do this one. I'm going to give you the line to begin with in a moment. But A's, you are a parent. A mother or a father, you can be any gender, and you're going to be a parent, and you're having a conversation with a child. Let's just say the age that you teach, not a little goo-goo kind of child, but you're having a conversation with a child. So I'm giving you a very simple role, parent and child. You're having a conversation. You've decided the attitude, and this is going to be 1 minute. And A's are going to begin with the line, I don't believe it. Go.
I don't believe
One more. As I say, A very common thing is kids, are we going to show that? But we have some tricks in drama. We can eavesdrop on the conversation and just hear part of the conversation between parent and child. Let's do one last one. The next person can begin. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know if it's A or B, or you can decide who's going to begin. And what we're going to do is one more. It's going to be about 60 seconds now, okay? 60 seconds. I usually do 2 minutes, but 60 seconds. If you can stay in role and have a conversation for 60 seconds by staying in role and receiving your partner's answer, you are a level 4. If you only do it for like 45 seconds, you're a level 3. 30 seconds, level 2. And if you can't do it, read Kathy's book about doing drama or stay in for recess. So, 1 minute, I'm going to be observing and assessing you to see, are you committed to the role? It's going to be about 1 minute. I'll time it. You decide who's going to begin, okay? Or let's just say B's are going to begin, okay? And B's, you can take any one of those speech bubbles. Don't tell your partner, because it's going to be your opening line. 1 minute, go. Okay. Shh. You all get an A. Except for one of you. One of you gets an A+. Oh. Was it me? Was it me? No. So that is called having a conversation and role. It should work with kids because I modeled what I want the kids to do. Only 30 seconds that they're responsible for, giving them some give-ins. And the kids are going to come in from recess in the afternoon. Can we do that again, miss? Can we do some more? Because they do tend to enjoy this work, but you want to always deepen the work. So one thing you might do is continue the conversations and put them in groups of 3 or 4. How would the conversations be different to do a scenario? And that ethos about wanting to present in front of the class, they need time to rehearse that, decide who you are, where you are, why are they having these conversations. Think about how you're physically going to stand or sit. Is one of you standing, one of you sitting? What kind of expressions are you? I'd really like them to rehearse that and play both roles. Then we might watch to see the relationship between the two people. So that's another way to do this. Absolutely, absolutely. Have them write the script. That conversation that you just had, A, B, write that script. Just do 8 lines of that conversation, because then they're learning about writing script and you're meeting an expectation, and then they can perform the script as well. And one other thing is to take other conversations that they can use in terms of drama. In the book, Dramathemes, number 4, the statements where these statements came from, most of these came from the novel called Wonder by Palacio. So then we look at how these conversations have with character and role. And another one that's on your handout are statements come from a script about bullying called The Shape of the Girl. So the kids can actually use literature snippets to continue the conversation. I wanted to give you a taste of having conversation in role. One last activity before you have your coffee. In your package then, there's a grid with bully poems. Not bully snippets, bully poems. There's 9 poems on a page. We fought hard to get those on one page, didn't we? Okay. Hey, look, can I just show that? This particular page here. Now we're going to do my very favorite activity, silent reading. Spend a moment to look at those poems. These are appearing in the chapter about bullying. Just have a moment to look at those poems silently, no talking. Okay, then. So these are poems written by Larry Swartz. They're not bad. Some better than others. Work in progress. We're going to do a little response activity, and I'll send you on your way for your break. Could you choose one poem of the 9 that speaks to you? And you can decide what speaks to you means, okay? And you need a pen or a pencil for this. You can just write this on the piece of paper. You got a pen or pencil to write this down because we want to do some response. Pen or pencil with the one poem. Everybody got one poem? 3 little responses. Number 1, do you think the poem is about a bully, a bullied, or a bystander? The one that you chose, we're not looking at all 9, but do you think the core of the poem is about somebody who's been bullied, somebody who is a bully, or the bystander? And David and I have a poetry book called The Brave is the 4th title. Do you think it's about giving hope? There's another title. So choose, do you think it's about a bully, bullied, or bystander? I did this with an intermediate class. No wrong answer, because it could be about both, but what is the core? Number 2, finish this sentence. One of our response statements, and probably our best. I wonder, ... Finish that sentence about this poem. What do you wonder about? I wonder, ... So is it a bully, bully, or bystander, or brave? I wonder. Of course, we can give other prompts to what does this remind you of? But let's just leave those 2 for now. And one last activity from the poem that you chose. If you took a highlighter marker, and they're called snippets or excerpts or fragments. I love doing fragments. If you took a fragment, one statement or maybe 2 lines from the poem, which would you choose? You can underline them, you can write them out. Obviously, you don't have a highlighter marker, except Mary gave you highlighter markers and sticky notes on your desk, but here we go. So just write out a sentence or a fragment. Number 1, is it a bully, bullied, bystander? Number 2, what do you wonder about? Number 3, a sentence, fragment, or excerpt, snippet. And I'm going to finish off in 2 minutes. Could you spend 75 seconds with somebody around you and share your poem and your response? Go. And stop. Thank you for your last 60 seconds then. In your package then, I would love to do some sharing of the poems, but if you get a chance to share one of these with the students, that's great. In the package that you have, that sentence fragment idea is specifically about bullying from Joan McLeod's play, The Shape of a Girl. So those same conversation starters, what are the roles that students would take? And on the back page, actually comes from both our books, Creating Caring Classrooms and in Drama Schemes, we've actually taken some fragments, we call them bully snippets, and these come from poems, and those again can be conversation starters, because what you really want is for the students to become those people, unpack the stories, and yes, move into role. And that's called drama. Thanks for listening.